Hey viewers! I'm back with a brand new story. Today's story is about Ethan Miller and Chloe Anderson, two college toppers who started off as rivals, always competing for the top spot. But life had other plans for them. Let's see how this rivalry slowly turned into something unexpected. Scene starts on a bright Monday morning at Westbridge College. The morning sun lit up the campus of Westbridge College. Students rushed through the courtyard, their chatter echoing across the stone walkways. Ethan Miller, calm and focused, walked with his headphones in, ignoring the noise. Across the hall, Chloe Anderson, rich, confident, and known for her designer outfits, entered surrounded by her friends. Both were brilliant, both were proud, and both hated losing. Scene changes to the classroom. Monday 9 a.m. The professor smiled. Once again we have a tie. Ethan Miller and Chloe Anderson, both scoring 98%. The class laughed. Chloe leaned toward Ethan. Enjoy it while it lasts. Ethan smiled. Numbers don't lie. Their rivalry officially began. Scene changes to the cafeteria, same day afternoon. Ethan sat with his friends Liam and Noah. She's obsessed with winning, Liam teased. Ethan grinned. Then she's in for a challenge. Nearby, Chloe sat with Ava and Harper. He's annoyingly calm, Chloe said, rolling her eyes. When both groups met at the counter, the air tensed. You can go first, Ethan said politely. How sweet, Chloe smirked. Trying to look nice before losing? He replied, just giving you a head start. Scene changes to Chloe's home, evening. Her mom smiled. How was college? Chloe sighed. That guy tied my score again. Her mom laughed. Maybe you've met your match. Chloe rolled her eyes. But that night, she studied longer than usual. Scene changes to Ethan's home, same night. His mom placed dinner on the table. Tied again? Ethan chuckled. Yeah, she's smart, I'll give her that. He didn't say it out loud, but he respected her more than he wanted to admit. Scene changes to next morning, college courtyard. A new notice read, Academic Fair Teams. The professor announced, Team A, Ethan Miller and Chloe Anderson. Everyone gasped. Chloe muttered, You've got to be kidding me. Ethan sighed. Guess we're in this together. The scene changes to the college cafeteria that same afternoon. The place buzzed with laughter, trays clattering, and students sharing inside jokes. Ethan sat with his best friend Ryan, quietly eating his sandwich, when Lily walked in with her group of friends. Her laughter was loud, confident, almost magnetic. Ethan pretended not to notice, but Ryan smirked, nudging him. Dude, your rival just entered the battlefield. Lily spotted them and walked straight to the counter. But when she saw the last muffin on Ethan's tray, she raised an eyebrow. Guess I came late. You really had to take the last one, huh? Ethan smiled calmly. First come, first serve. Ryan laughed. He's not sharing, princess. Lily rolled her eyes, but sat at the next table, trying to act uninterested. Yet every now and then, their eyes met. It wasn't rivalry anymore. It was curiosity. The scene changes to later that day, in the college auditorium. Students gathered for the annual quiz competition. Ethan and Lily, both team captains, stood face to face under the stage lights. Lily smirked, ready to lose again. Ethan grinned. Let's see who answers faster this time. The quiz began. Rapid-fire questions flew. Ethan's calm focus and Lily's fiery energy created a perfect storm. The final question appeared. Both pressed the buzzer at the same time. The hall went silent. The host checked the system. It's a tie! The crowd cheered. For the first time, Ethan and Lily smiled at each other, not as enemies, but as equals. Scene changes to that evening. Ethan walked home through the quiet streets, thinking about the strange feeling in his chest. It wasn't competition. It was something lighter, warmer. At her mansion, Lily sat by her bedroom window, city lights reflecting in her eyes. She couldn't stop replaying his smile. Why do I care so much? She whispered to herself. Days turned into weeks. The rivalry softened. They started studying in the library, helping each other with projects, sharing jokes instead of challenges. One rainy morning, while walking to class, Lily forgot her umbrella. Ethan noticed and silently held his out, covering them both. She looked up, surprised. You'll get drenched. He smiled softly. We'll both get there dry, or both get wet. Your choice. She laughed, for the first time genuinely. And maybe, just maybe, that's where something beautiful began. The scene changes to a sunny weekend morning. Ethan sat on his porch, sipping coffee, reading his notes. His mom peeked from the kitchen. "You've been smiling a lot lately, Ethan. Something good at college." He tried to hide it. "Just good grades, Mom." But deep down, he knew it wasn't about grades anymore. Across town, Lily sat on her luxurious bed, scrolling through her phone. Her best friend Emma teased her on a video call. "So, Miss Competitive, you and Ethan are study partners now? That's new." Lily rolled her eyes but couldn't hide her smile. "He's just different. Quiet but sharp, not like the usual guys." Scene changes to the next day at college. The library was half empty, sunlight falling softly on the wooden tables. Ethan was already there, reading. Lily arrived late and sat beside him. "You're early again," she said, pulling out her notebook. Ethan smiled. "You're late again?" They both laughed quietly. Hours passed in calm silence until Lily leaned closer. "Hey, after exams, we should go somewhere, like a trip." Ethan raised a brow. "You mean, together?" She shrugged playfully. "Why not? We could use a break from being perfect students." The scene changes to a few days later, at the campus courtyard during sunset. Their friends gathered, planning the vacation. Ryan grinned. "We're all in. Beach trip it is." Lily smiled wide, excitement glowing on her face. Ethan looked at her, realizing how much she'd changed. Less arrogant, more real. Later that night, Ethan sat by his window, thinking about the trip. His heart beat faster at the thought of spending time with her outside the classroom. He wasn't sure what it meant, but it felt right. Scene changes to the day of the trip. The group boarded a small bus, laughter filling the air. Music played, wind rushed through the windows, and Lily leaned against the seat, closing her eyes peacefully. Ethan watched her quietly, smiling. Ryan whispered, "Bro, you're gone for her." Ethan shook his head, but couldn't deny it. Something had changed, something he couldn't undo. As the bus rolled down the open highway, the sun setting behind them, both sat silently, lost in thoughts they couldn't put into words. The next morning, Ethan's alarm buzzed at 6:30 a.m. He groaned, rubbed his eyes, and dragged himself out of bed. His mom called from the kitchen. "Breakfast's on the table, honey. Don't be late for class." Meanwhile, across town, Emma's house looked completely different. A modern glass villa, her driver waited outside, while her mom reminded her about a charity event that evening. Emma rolled her eyes. "Mom, I have class projects and a debate today. I can't keep skipping college." Scene changes to college courtyard, morning sunlight bouncing off the red brick walls. Ethan arrived with his backpack slung over one shoulder, meeting his best friends, Liam, the funny one, and Sophie, the sarcastic but kind-hearted girl who secretly rooted for Ethan and Emma to get along. Liam grinned. "Guess who's hosting the debate competition? Our very own queen of perfection, Emma Monroe." Ethan sighed. "Of course she is." When the debate started, both Ethan and Emma took the stage, sharp, confident, and ready to destroy each other's points. The entire hall buzzed with excitement. Every time Emma made a strong argument, Ethan countered with calm logic. The judges exchanged smiles. It was like watching a movie scene. As the final round ended, both stood waiting for results. And the winners are... The host paused dramatically. "Team Ethan and Emma." Everyone clapped, surprised. They had been paired unknowingly in a last-minute shuffle. Their shocked expressions made everyone laugh. Scene changes to cafeteria, late afternoon. Ethan sat with his friends, replaying the moment in his head. "We actually worked as a team without realizing it." Sophie smirked. "Maybe the universe is tired of your rivalry." Meanwhile, Emma sat with her best friend Rachel, sipping coffee. "It's not like I enjoyed working with him," she insisted, though the small smile on her lips betrayed her words. Scene changes to College Garden, sunset time. Both happened to walk by the fountain at the same time. For a moment, their eyes met. Neither spoke. Just a quiet exchange of glances. Not rivalry this time, but something softer, like respect. The scene fades as the sun dips below the horizon, reflecting gold over the water. Scene starts next morning. Campus buzzing with chatter. Posters for the upcoming college cultural fest everywhere. Ethan walked through the hallway, reading one of the posters when Emma's voice came from behind. "You should join the organizing team, Mr. Debate Champion." He turned, half smiling. "I think you already signed up for that. Why would you want your rival helping you?" Emma crossed her arms. "Because, believe it or not, you're good at planning, and I don't want this event to fail." Ethan chuckled. "So you need me?" She glared playfully. "Just show up at the meeting, okay? Scene changes to auditorium, afternoon time." The entire organizing team gathered, Emma leading confidently, Ethan managing the backstage setup, Liam handling music, and Sophie supervising decorations. For the first time, everyone saw Ethan and Emma working side by side without fighting. During rehearsals, Ethan climbed a ladder to fix a light when it flickered dangerously. Emma instinctively rushed forward. "Be careful!" she yelled. He smiled down. "Didn't know you cared." She rolled her eyes but blushed slightly, turning away. Scene changes to evening, outside the campus. The group decided to hang out at a diner nearby. Between laughter, milkshakes, and jokes, Emma felt something unfamiliar: comfort. For years, she'd been surrounded by friends who admired her for her confidence, not for who she really was. But with Ethan's calm humor and grounded nature, she felt seen. Ethan, on the other hand, found himself admiring her drive. How she pushed people, how she refused to settle. Scene changes to weekend. Emma, at home, curled on her bed, scrolling through her phone. She stopped at a candid photo someone had posted of her and Ethan setting up the stage. They looked like a team, smiling, unaware of the camera. For the first time, she didn't feel like deleting it. Scene changes to Ethan's home that same night. He sat at his desk, writing notes for the event when his mom peeked in. "You've been smiling at your notes for a while. Something you want to tell me?" He laughed. "Just college stuff." His mom smiled knowingly. "College stuff, huh?" Ethan leaned back, staring at the ceiling. He didn't want to admit it yet, but something inside him had already started changing. A quiet feeling he couldn't name. Scene ends with soft background music, both lost in thought, unknowingly thinking about each other. Scene starts the next day at college. The annual fest finally begins. Music echoes, students laugh, lights sparkle across the quad. Ethan helps manage the sound system, while Emma, dressed in a pastel blue outfit, welcomes guests on stage. Their eyes meet for a brief moment, that silent look saying more than any words could. Scene changes to afternoon. Backstage chaos, laughter, and hurried footsteps. Emma struggles to find a missing file when Ethan walks in holding it. "Looking for this?" he teases. She exhales in relief. "You saved me again." He grins. "Maybe you should stop losing things." She smirks back. "Maybe you should stop following me everywhere." Their playful tone hides something deeper now. A connection both are scared to name. Scene changes to evening. At the fest finale, Emma takes the stage for her speech, thanking everyone for their effort. When she mentions Ethan's name, the crowd claps, and he looks genuinely surprised. "And lastly," Emma says softly, glancing at him, "thanks to the one person who reminded me that competition isn't everything. Sometimes it's about learning who you are." Everyone cheers, but Ethan just stands there, frozen for a second, realizing what she really meant. Scene changes to night. Campus nearly empty, soft music fading in the distance. Ethan sits on a bench near the fountain, lost in thought. Emma walks over, her heels clicking lightly on the pavement. "You didn't say goodbye," she says. "I didn't know you wanted one," he replies, smiling faintly. Emma sits beside him. "I used to think you were my biggest rival," she says, voice soft. "Now, I think you're the only person who really understands me." Ethan looks at her, his calm voice breaking slightly. "Funny thing, I thought I understood everything, until I met you." A pause. The night breeze brushes past. She looks at him, their shoulders almost touching. "Ethan," she whispers, "what if we weren't rivals anymore?" He smiles gently. Then maybe we'd finally be on the same team. Scene changes to morning. Next day, bright sunlight pouring through the campus trees. Emma and Ethan walk into class together for the first time, chatting and laughing. Their friends, Liam and Sophie, exchange grins. No more rivalry, no more pretending. Just two toppers who finally found balance. In friendship, in laughter, and maybe in love. Scene fades out with soft cinematic music as Emma's voice echoes in narration. Sometimes, love doesn't start with a smile. It starts with competition, sarcasm, and endless debates, and somehow ends on the same bench. Scene starts a few weeks later, the semester break. The campus feels quieter now, most students already gone for vacation. Emma walks across the empty courtyard, her phone in hand, reading old chat messages from Ethan, mostly sarcastic banter and late night. Study jokes. She smiles softly. Scene changes to Ethan's home, early morning. He's helping his mom pack for a short trip. She teases him. You sure you're not staying just to meet someone? He blushes slightly, pretending not to hear. Later, he sits by his window, coffee in hand, sunlight warming the room. His phone buzzes, a text from Emma. You free today? I think I owe you an ice cream. He grins. Yeah, but only if it's chocolate. Scene changes to a cozy cafe near the lake, afternoon. Emma waits at a corner table. Dressed casually for once, jeans, sneakers, hair tied back. She looks nervous yet excited. When Ethan walks in, their eyes meet, and everything else fades away. He sits down smirking. So, Miss Topper, what's the occasion? Emma laughs. Maybe I just wanted to spend time with my ex-rival. They talk for hours about college, family, dreams, and what comes next. Between laughter and long pauses, something unspoken keeps building. Scene changes to outside the cafe, golden sunset. They walk along the lake path, the water shimmering in warm light. Emma stops suddenly. Hey, Ethan, she says, voice quieter now. He turns. Yeah? She hesitates for a second, then smiles. I think I like this version of us better. He steps closer. Which one? The one where we stop pretending to compete? He chuckles softly. Good, because I was running out of ways to beat you. They both laugh. Standing there in the glow of the setting sun, two people who started as rivals, learned to be friends, and slowly fell into something deeper. Scene changes to end of summer break, back at college. New students, new beginnings. Ethan and Emma now walk the halls side by side, still teasing. Still laughing, but their bond is unmistakable. Liam waves from afar, shouting, "Look at the power couple!" Everyone laughs. Ethan turns to Emma. Guess we're famous now. She smirks. We've always been. Just took you long enough to notice. They sit on their usual bench under the same tree where it all began. Ethan says quietly, funny, this bench saw us fight, argue, and finally fall for each other. Emma leans back, smiling at the sky. Yeah, maybe it was fate's favorite seat all along. Scene fades with gentle piano music, soft narration closing the story. Some stories don't start with love at first sight. Some begin with rivalry, sarcasm, and competition, only to end in laughter, friendship, and something unspoken that feels like forever. Scene ends. Soft fade out, campus lights glowing as the screen reads. When opposites sat on the same bench, a story of rivalry, friendship, and unexpected love. Puta.